I'm Stephen John Drew from the official GonnaGeek.com show, a weekly geek news podcast that is a part of the Gonna Geek Network, just like the show you're checking out now. Shows on the network are individually owned, and opinions expressed may not reflect others. Find other awesome geeky shows at GonnaGeekNetwork.com.
Stand by for a brand new episode of All Things Good and Nerdy.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to episode 427 of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. This is recorded live on Sunday, November 29th, 2020. We are a little ways removed from Turkey Day, so I'm happy to say I'm Chris. I am not in a turkey coma. Let me check in with my other co-host, though. Bachman, how's that turkey coma going?
I am not in a turkey coma, but I have leftovers in my fridge. Yeah, boy.
Very nice. And we'll check in with our final member of the cast here. One Mr. Willie D. Nelson. How goes that turkey coma, friend?
I don't really do turkey.
So what'd you do for Thanksgiving then?
Ham.
There's nothing wrong with that. I like a good ham.
Mashed potatoes.
Did you have green
Cranberry
beans?
sauce. Stuffing.
Was it homemade cranberry sauce or was it like the jellied cranberry sauce?
Canned.
Nothing wrong with that.
Shaped like a can. Oh, yeah.
It jiggles like Jell-O.
From the can to the man.
You sound really excited about Thanksgiving, Willie.
Yeah, it does.
All my excitement got ruined this morning.
Willie, why did your excitement get ruined? Please clue everyone in who's watching live or listening later.
Because Skype's a little bitch.
More details, please.
Fine. Microphone didn't work. Works now. After too long. Me angry.
This is Caveman Willie. Is this a new character?
Fuck off.
No, this is Angry Willie.
Gamma irradiated Willie. He starts Hulk talking.
Let's already start this shit early in the morning.
It's a Coke. I was like, is he cracking a beer open live in the air at 11 o'clock in the morning?
And it's
That would
Dr.
have been
Pepper,
funny.
not Coke.
Just be like, I've had enough of this.
Like, fuck
I'm
this.
taking the
Having a beer.
DP early in the morning.
The Dr. Pepper?
Oh.
I said what I
Uh-huh.
said.
Or is it cheer wine?
I said DP.
I see it is a Dr. Pepper now.
Uh-huh.
Willie, I'm proud to say, or happy to say, I haven't had a chance to try it yet, but one of the local barbecue joints in town has cheer wine. The dude literally goes down to North Carolina or has family in North Carolina that comes up every couple months and just brings him a bunch of cheer wines that he can sell in his restaurant.
Jesus Christ, how much do they buy and bring up?
I don't know exactly, but he was talking about it on his restaurant's Facebook page. And I was like, how'd you get cheer wine? He goes, oh, I bring it up from the Carolinas anytime I'm down there. I was like, damn.
Are you saying you had never tried cheer wine before? I thought you had.
I have tried it, but now I have
I
have
was
a
the one that hadn't
source.
tried it.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
I can occasionally find it at some of the gas stations around me, but it's rare. Whereas now I know that I think it's Uncle Mike's Barbecue is where I can go and find cheer wine all the time.
Yeah, we don't have it out west.
We have a place called Joe's Barbecue. Joe's Barbecue in Archdale.
I just want barbecue right now, I'll be honest.
Yeah, that actually does sound kind of good.
Some pulled pork or some brisket.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I basically just had a big-ass bowl of mashed potatoes leftovers for dinner last night.
I mean, but I guess the thing is, if we're on this barbecue talk, is what kind of sauce do you prefer? Willie, you're in the South, so you probably get more of the vinegary sauce, I'm guessing.
That's my favorite.
And that's what I figured.
The vinegar based.
Guys, I like the tomato-based ones.
I like vinegar. I love vinegar. It's so goddamn delicious.
No, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's a regional thing. Whereas in the Carolinas especially, you find a lot more of the vinegar-based barbecue sauces, which has a very different flavor than the traditional tomato-based ones and things like that. It's got a little bit of a bite to it.
The
for lack of a better
bite,
term.
yep. That's exactly barbecue bite. That puts a smile on
When
my
I lived
face.
in Alabama, there was a really good barbecue joint, and everything was vinegar-based, and it was really good. And now that I'm in West Virginia, it's kind of a toss-up. You find both here, but the vinegar-based ones in a lot of places aren't that good because I don't think they know what they're doing. Now, some places have great vinegar-based sauce. It's just a crapshoot, man. But I really want barbecue, and I'm probably going to go on the DoorDash app after this for lunch and Order me some barbecue now.
Yeah, pulled pork sandwich is sounding pretty good right at the moment. Some fried pickles.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah, we at least have a Famous Dave's out here. We got those in Boise.
I don't even know what a Famous Dave's is.
It's a barbecue chain.
Okay.
They make the really good mac and cheese. It's got corn and little bits of diced up jalapeno in it. Their mac and cheese is fucking
Is it based off
outstanding.
of super sharp cheddar cheese? Because if it is, I'm totally on board.
I don't know. I know it's cheesy as a motherfucker though. It's one of my favorite mac and cheese I've ever had.
Super sharp, cheddar cheese. That's where it's at when it comes to mac and cheese, my friends.
Yeah, I don't know if it's super sharp, but it's damn tasty.
What's wrong with American cheese in it? Fuck
American cheese is the worst cheese.
Goddamn right it is.
American cheese is for cheap sandwiches. That's
American
basically
cheese,
all
you
it
can do
should
in
be
a
used
grilled
for.
cheese or on a cheeseburger, and it's okay.
No, you still use fucking cheddar and grilled cheeses.
I prefer cheddar on just about everything, I'll be honest.
Yeah, but you can grill it. He's right. You can grill it, but
Yeah, but there's much better options.
Oh, I don't dispute that.
what would be the McDonald's of barbecue? Liberty Dude asks. I don't know. I don't think there is one yet. There's not really one chain that's gone nationwide yet.
What?
The
So we're
McDonald's
talking
of barbecue.
like a chain that would be anywhere that you go pretty much in the
Yeah.
Cookout. At least over where I am, Cookout
but see, that's
is
the
the
thing.
best.
There's not
'cause,
really
I
an
know.
analogous.
But it is the fucking fast food barbecue. That is the place to go around here. There's a bunch of them around here, and it's delicious.
There's a couple of them, but yeah, I think they're all regional. I don't think there's really been a barbecue place that's broken nationwide yet.
You come down here, you go to a Cookout, and you find out how delicious this it is. Then there's always 2 double drive-throughs. And it's always weird to go through the other one because it's always wraps around the building or does something weird, but it's still all right.
Yeah,
I don't know. Some of those barbecue chains better get on it because one of them's going to win that race to eventually be the first one to go nationwide.
We had a Dickey's barbecue, which was kind of a large chain in this area, but they all went out of business here, and it was pretty good barbecue. But
My drinking cup,
yeah,
Dickies.
then
We had a Dickies here.
our Dickey's turned into Bob's Big Shot Wings, which then went out of business because of the Corona, which is now a Peruvian chicken place about to open. I'm not sure what Peruvian chicken is, but I want to go check it out because it sounds like it'd be good. And we got 2 Jamaican places that opened in town too, and of course they had to go with a Big Cock Jamaican or something like that for the name of one of them. I was like, of course, with a big rooster as their logo.
Nice. Big old cock.
I haven't tried it yet, but it's close to my house, so I may actually get some Big Cock Jamaican. I know what I said there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything.
Chris is going out for big Jamaican cock.
Man,
That boy hungry. That boy hungry.
I'm really hungry now, guys. This is a bad idea, talking about food to start the show.
Oh, and the Liberty Dudes reminded me of fucking rallies, man. I ain't had rallies since I left Illinois. Fucking loved rallies when I was in there.
I've never had
when I was there for the Navy. It's like a better version of Jack in the Box.
Okay.
That's the way I think, because they have like the mixed menu that's got like tacos and burgers. But like I remember specifically when I was in the Navy, in the Great Lakes area, was when McDonald's was taking heavy heat for Super Size Me. And so they decided to get rid of the supersized cups, get rid of the supersized drinks and fries. And Rallies was like, fuck you, we're going to double down. And they went out and bought a new bucket that they could either put a lid on or not. And it was basically a small popcorn bucket. And if you ordered a supersized fry or a supersized drink, you got it in that bucket. So it was like a 1 liter jug of Dr. Pepper that they would hand you through the window, or like, a bucket this big filled with curly fries. Or regular fries.
God
You
damn,
want the
that's
joke,
so
or can I take it?
Go for it.
Can I get a liter cola?
There you
Basically.
go. I was
Yeah, it was
expecting
just
a
funny 'cause
diabetes.
It was in complete response to McDonald's being like, "Oh, we're getting rid of our supersizer." Rally's like, "Fuck you, we're gonna double down and make ours larger."
Excuse me, can I get a liter cola and diet? I'm trying to watch my figure.
I was like, "Can I get a bucket of fries and diabetes, please?" With my barbecue bacon burger.
I mean, it doesn't really cost them much of anything besides pennies to make it that much bigger.
Yeah.
Cost
Yeah,
some pennies.
Yeah, I got the giant size fry just once just to get it, and yeah, like I ate curly fries for like an hour. It's like, holy fuck, how are there still fries left?
Right?
They were good. It was a big ass bucket of fries.
I do
Nothing
love
wrong
me
with
some
that.
curly fries.
Bucket of fries, a bucket
Yeah.
of drink, get a bucket of burger.
That was the only thing they didn't have. They didn't have the bucket of burger. They didn't figure out how to supersize that. But yeah, it was just funny because yeah, it was totally in response to the public shaming that McDonald's took, and they got rid of their supersize and realized it's like, fuck you, double down, make them bigger.
You know who else has a great bucket of fries?
Who?
Chris should know.
Sheets?
They have
Sheets
yeah,
does,
Sheets.
yeah.
Yeah, they're the three sizes. Was a bag, cup, and then bucket. That
Yep.
bucket. Ooh, that's a whole meal of itself.
But have
God
you seen
damn.
that Sheets has curly fries now?
Oh yeah, but I prefer the original fries.
I was pleasantly surprised with how good their curly fries were. They're not
Oh,
quite
yeah.
Arby's good, but they're pretty good.
I mean, the Sheets is just good. I don't know. I would have never thought of it. It's a gas station. Why do they have good food? But they make it all right there before you like after you order it. They make it
Nice.
made to order.
It used-
MTO.
Right? It used to be, and they just closed it, that the only Sheets that had no gas station associated with it was in our state. It was actually in a new building that WVU had built for the students. So it was literally just Sheets Food and Convenience Store. There was no gas station in it, and they built it in one
Really?
of the dormitories.
You would think it would have been somewhere in Pennsylvania.
Mhm.
Isn't that where they started?
Yeah, I think so. But here's the other thing to consider, especially with where I live, which is Morgantown, West Virginia. When I came to school here, there were like 3 Sheets in town. They have now built a Sheets off every exit or entrance to the interstate going in and out of town. So there's probably literally like 8 Sheets in town now at this point in time. It's insane. In fact, one Sheets is literally just across the bridge from another on opposite sides of the road because they found out that they wanted to build a get-go where the Long John Silver's burnt down, and Sheets said, I don't think so. Bid more money on the lot and put another freaking Sheets in just across the bridge.
Get go, better get gone.
That's right. Get goned on this one.
I used to deliver auto parts to a Sheets like warehouse.
Oh, we lost Willie.
And paused Willie.
We lost Willie. He used to deliver to a Sheets warehouse is all we really know about this right now.
The moment the barbecue talk stopped and he started talking about work, his computer's like, no, we're done. Not having it.
It's had enough
Not talking
today.
about work.
This is actually
Liberty do
pretty
say, yeah,
hilarious.
Arby's would be smart to come with a really good barbecue menu. Arby's might be the closest we have to a nationwide barbecue place because they do have barbecue and meats on their menu, but
Yeah, but they're not
I
really
know.
known for their barbecue.
no, I'm just saying it's probably the closest that we have.
Am I back yet?
You are back.
Nice and
The problem
sound.
we have
There
is the
you
way
are.
that Skype
Yeah.
works here is it doesn't refresh your video when this happens, which is annoying.
I'm all right with that.
But it's a good picture.
So he's thinking.
I know. It's
Ah.
fucking gorgeous.
He's very modest too about his
Hand
belief.
checks. Hand checks.
It's the Willie just farted picture.
All
He's-
right. We
he's
don't
feeling
need
that
that
relief.
fucking joke. So I used to deliver to a Sheets warehouse, automotive parts, and then they had a Sheets kitchen, which was on the side of the little corner of the building. And I was wondering, can anyone just go in there and order some Sheets food? I know it's at the warehouse.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's a little weird, but can I?
I would assume that if it's open for people to order from, then yeah, you could probably order from it.
I don't think it was, because I think it was just for like, the people working at the warehouse. I'm not sure, though. Maybe it's to where they just tested stuff. I couldn't tell you. Never went in there. I had to go through a security gate to even get to the place I was going to for that thing.
Oh, you were
But
at
not
the
the front
fancy
part.
place then.
Not the front part, just for the back end where the trucks come in and out. They had that fenced off. I had to press a button, and then I had to wait for someone to say, hey, what are you here for? I had to tell them. And then the worst part is, when I would try to be leaving, press the button. Sometimes, no one was there at the button.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sitting there waiting. It had a little beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, while I'm sitting there waiting. And of course, it's made for like 18-wheelers, so the button's all the way up there, and I'm a little tiny fucking Ford Focus.
Yeah. So you're hanging
so that
out the
was
window
fun.
like, I gotta reach this. What the hell, man?
I mean, it wasn't that bad. Sometimes I look back in the back seat, and there was like a ice scraper or something, so I just use that to reach out and press the button.
Some pretty good
And I'm just
innovation
sitting
there.
there, like, hey, I'm trying to leave your fucking place here. Can I get out? You called me here. Now I'm trying to go back.
You call me.
And I have nothing else I can do besides just wait for this button.
I mean, you could have just driven through the gate. Said, the hell with my car. I'm driving through this mofo.
Well, that'd be the company's car.
Then it's not your problem, is what I'm hearing.
Then I would have to take a drug test.
There you go.
Yeah, because a deer decided to run in front of me one time. I had to take a drug test for that. Like, thank you, you fucking deer. I hope you're dead now.
No, I mean,
I like they just do one just standardly for any accident, I'm guessing.
And I'm not saying that for just every deer. Fuck that one deer in particular. Because it was running beside my car. We made eye contact as it's running back. I'm like, all right, maybe I should start braking just in case this dumbass... Oh, no. Boom. Try to run across the front of the vehicle while we're both in movement. Like, are you serious? And I clipped it on the driver's side when it came from the passenger side. I hope that deer is dead.
well, I mean, how long ago was
dead
this?
is deer.
How long ago was it? Because even if that didn't kill it, old age or a hunter might have gotten it by now.
3 years ago. 4 years ago, about.
Yeah, it's
Odds are
probably dead.
Gimpy the deer's not alive anymore.
Well, I mean, I hope it died then, after the impact. It deserved it for fucking me over. And for being a dumbass. You literally were running beside the car. You're like, yeah, I'll just run in front of this moving vehicle. Why not? Let's do it. Ow. Fuck you.
And this wraps Willie's TED Talk on wildlife management in rural areas.
And fuck
Fuck
deer.
Skype.
Fuck deer and Skype. Got it.
I was just trying to make this be something pleasant, talking about everyone's Thanksgiving experience. And
I appreciate it, Chris.
That's what he
thank you,
appreciates
Willie.
about you.
Thank you, Willie.
Don't say it that Chris hasn't finished watching anything. That's my news. I got news.
I love it when inspiration strikes. It's almost like we should just roll.
Especially when you can hear it. When you can
I got
hear it.
such
straight.
happy news. I'm happy now.
Well, since Willie's happy, he's got some news.
No. Let's talk about more about fucking deer.
Yep. No more
It was a
days.
sick deer.
Live from the ATGN studios on the internet, it's the news of the week.
Welcome to the news of the week. It's that part of the show where we cut short Willie's deer rants and instead talk to you guys about some of the latest nerdy news that's popped up here in the past week or so and share it live on the internet. And Willie, you were talking about how you had inspiration strike. You had good news you wanted to share, so I might regret this, but why don't you kick us off with what your news is this week, Willie?
No, you're not gonna regret this. Although
I might. It's possible.
let me just let me just check to make sure I'm not stepping on anyone else's toes here. Right, clickers.
Immediately regret this decision.
Yeah. Oh, yep. Okay, I'm not gonna say that one. All right. So yeah. So good news. Letterkenny season 9 has a date for release.
Nice.
Oh, that's what I'm so happy about. Oh, so happy. If you're in Canada, Mr. President, you should be. I hope you're watching this. Greatest Canadian export that ever lived. Letterkenny. Season 9 is coming out Christmas Day on Crave TV. What better Canadian product has left Canada than Letterkenny? What?
Greatest Canadian export ever is Michael J. Fox.
Not if you ask Mojo Nixon.
I don't know who the fuck Mojo Nixon is.
Oh, you know who Mojo Nixon is. Have you ever seen the Super Mario Brothers movie?
Oh yeah.
Well, then, do you remember who played Toad?
No, nobody does.
He had the little harmonica around his neck. Then he got turned into a Goomba. And he still had the little harmonica. God, you guys don't remember this movie that well, do you?
No,
anyway, that's
because
Mojo
it's
Nixon.
terrible.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo were drunk every goddamn day on that set.
It's awesome and terrible, but yeah. Terrible.
And also a little short thing, Bachman, you want to check what mic you're using because fuck Skype.
But am I
Okay, that's
passing up
better.
now?
That's better. It was just really low. Yeah. So if you're in Canada, Christmas Day, Letterkenny, Crave TV.
So when does it come to us?
In America, it comes Boxing Day, the next day on Hulu. That's greatness. Oh yeah, Mojo Nixon. He's also a singer. He had a song called "Everybody's Elvis," and he says there's only one person who has no Elvis in him, and that's the anti-Elvis. Michael J. Fox has no Elvis in him.
That was a long way to go for that little bit there.
So here in America we get to celebrate Boxing Day. Yay!
All right.
With some Letterkenny season 9 premiering it. Oh, I can't wait to see what happens to Dirks.
Draftsman points out in the chat that Pamela Anderson was one of the great Canadian exports of the 90s, Willie.
Okay,
But in all fairness, what you really like about her was imported into her by a Californian doctor. So,
sure. But I mean, come on, Letterkenny. How is that not the greatest Canadian export? How much fun have you had watching Letterkenny, Bachman?
no, I've had fun, but I don't know if
you've watched
it beats...
all of it.
I think I still got a season to catch up on. I don't think I've watched.
Don't know who Dirks is.
Yeah, I don't think I watched that. I've been spending my time on Hulu. I got caught up on the Rick and Morty. So
that's fair. Did you see so I'm guessing you saw the penultimate episode season, the one where they have the Crack and Egg, the public access show?
Yeah, I did see that. I saw the Crack and Egg.
I mean, that has the best moment of McMurray just rushing in.
Yeah, because he's average.
Yeah. I have a 5.15-inch penis. I am average. Why is this news you are sharing?
He is. He's a lot of things, but he's not average.
Yeah, that's a fucking weird way to measure your dick there, McMurray.
Uh-huh. McMurray does everything wrong.
Well, I mean, he heard it on Stearns. Chris, you need to get on to this, man. Letterkenny, you had fun watching it, didn't you? You need to continue that trend.
I did, but I don't think we have Hulu currently.
You are a real McMurray right now, Chris.
It's a good time to have Hulu because they just did, the person whose Hulu I'm using did a trial for HBO, so I've been watching a lot of Hulu.
Well, I have HBO.
Have you been watching? Oh wait, you can't watch it from the Hulu app. I was gonna say, have you been watching Doom Patrol? But you have to have the actual HBO Max app to watch it, even if you are subscribed. I'm subscribed through Hulu with HBO Max, but I also have access to HBO Max apps with that subscription. Which is weird.
I've just got the HBO shows, but yeah, we'll get into that one I've been into because I binged something over the last day and a half, and it was worth it. It was fucking worth it.
You need to finish the last season of Letterkenny because it's probably the best season, like as a whole season. Because still, season 2, episode 3 is the best episode, but the whole last season that came out is great, and you're gonna wait till you see Dirks.
I look forward to it.
And the very last scene, oh my god, it gives me goosebumps. I hope they're going to show something of it in the next season.
All right, I look forward to it. Because I need to get caught up on my Letterkenny again. I was caught up there for a moment, but I just fallen a little bit behind.
Oh, it's
so much good TV out there, and so much bad TV.
You have a character coming back too in the. Oh wait, they came back in the last season. The season you already saw. That's right. And man, I've also gotten so much good music from Letterkenny, and I've recently found out that most of the music they use is all like indie Canadian bands. You have to appreciate that.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, they're sticking to the roots, and I've got so many songs from them.
Yeah, as hard as they push Pupper's beer, like you got to figure, they'd be using like indie Canadian music for their music.
Pupper's beer was a made-up beer for the show, but a distillery or not distillery, brewer
started making it.
Yeah, started actually making it. And I think they stopped making it as of I forget how long ago.
Bastards.
Yeah, but I think you still get some. I don't know if somebody started making Gus and Brew. The whiskey.
Yeah, the whiskey that they drink.
I will also highly recommend. Let me look what song it is because I just put it on there. It's from the trailer, and it's by someone named Apache, Apashe, and it's called Ubok Gotta Run. That's Uebok Gotta Run, and it's a good one. Ooh, if you like electronica music, go for it. I'm not a particular fan of electronic music. It's not something I just go listen to, but I enjoy it if I like it. And this one I liked.
Nice.
And yeah, so many good songs from there. You got Gangsta by the Tune Yards. Un musicien paumé dans un tres by Harmonica or Harmonas. What was it? Yeah, I said it right. Yeah, a harmonium. Un musicien paumé dans un tres. Yeah, that's my French.
French Willie, huh?
Pardon
All
my
right.
French.
Don't worry,
Your pardon.
we do.
If you really are French, you're not going to pardon anyone. It's just off with their head.
Merde.
That's a guillotine joke. Oh yeah, and they're also having riots there now.
Someone tell him to eat cake again?
No, apparently they said you can't film the police officers.
Oh,
I
that'll
think
go
that's
over
what
well.
I think that's the gist of what I read. Don't take me at 100% that. I thought it was like, well, I saw like the video footage of them writing, and Jesus. Yeah, America, you need to step your riot game up because French really knew how to do it. God damn.
Let's not
Well,
step riot games up right now, please.
Yeah. Well, and they've been doing it a little bit longer than us. Let's be fair.
And they've also been a country longer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They've been rioting since before we were a country, so
Yeah. Well, Willie,
they've got more practice.
thanks for sharing with us the Letterkenny knowledge that you have.
All right.
We
All right,
appreciate it.
McMurray.
We appreciate it. I'm going to share some knowledge with you now, okay?
You're supposed to say, I appreciates that about you.
I appreciate that about you, Willie, and I'm going to
Too
share
late,
some
Chris.
knowledge with you.
Go for it. Share something with me.
So, we have talked about on this show that PlayStation 5s, Xbox Series X's, next-gen consoles are pretty much in short supply. It's harder to find the PS5s. If you look at some of the folks that were camping out for Black Friday, most GameStops and stuff had like 0 to 2 PlayStations and like 1 to 4 Xboxes, it seemed like. And people really wanted those. And on a side note, did you guys see there was a couple different pictures floating around on Reddit and Twitter, the folks that literally made a bed outside of GameStop, I think it was in New York, like
Jesus.
Thanksgiving Day, so that they could
Yep, I
hang
saw
out
that
and
picture.
sleep and wait for their PlayStations.
Oh no, it's like with all the problems in the world going on right now, and in the middle of a pandemic. Like, if you really feel the need to sleep outside of a store to buy something, fuck you. Like, just
So
just
I
knock it
don't
off.
understand all of these people that wanted to have like Black Friday in-store sales and stuff like that right now. That scares me.
Yeah.
Right now in the middle of
Also,
a
fuck
pandemic.
all
Well,
those stores.
I mean-
yeah, every store that forced people to come in to get discounts on Black Friday in the middle of a pandemic. Fuck you. That's ridiculous.
And also, why a whole bed? It looked like a whole queen-size bed,
It
too.
looked like one of those inflatable
Oh,
mattresses or whatever. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like a queen size
but-
inflatable mattress they just put on the ground
yeah,
Why not just bring a cot?
because that's not as comfortable.
because they wanted to make the news, probably.
Dude looked like he was
Ugh.
passed out too in the few pictures that were floating around. I was like, I mean,
Yeah.
at least you're comfortable.
Yeah, I want to sleep on an air mattress in the streets of New York City. That sounds great.
But it looked like it was
Yeah.
more in the suburbs than any Liberty dude in the chat.
How many
room.
homeless people pissed on him?
Willie is new to blow-ups.
Yeah, I mean, just go for the tried and true hand method.
There you go. There you
So why I bring that up is it's been tough to find these consoles right now. And Sony Interactive Entertainment President Jim Ryan told the press that they're planning on getting some more inventory out. In fact, the official PlayStation Twitter account then said, "We want to thank gamers everywhere for making the PS5 launch our biggest console launch ever. Demand for PS5 is unprecedented, so we wanted to confirm that more PS5 inventory will be coming to retailers before the end of the year. Please stay in touch with your local retailers." So why is this important? If you're still trying to make your kids Christmas or something like that, there's still chances of things showing up in store. I would say keep an eye on Best Buy's website because they're the ones that seem to have done the best when it comes to blocking all of the bots online, because people were talking in the Xbox subreddit yesterday about the fact that when they tried to buy Xboxes that went on there live yesterday, they would release small batches of them. Once you put it in your cart, you would then have to confirm a code that was sent to your email that was associated with your Best Buy account. Put that code in to confirm that that's you, and then they would let you do checkout and said, yeah, I didn't have to fight the bots because it was a bunch of people that when they released in small batches would get things in their cart, get the code, check out, and purchase appropriately. So it seems like that's the best way to try and acquire one. It still doesn't help you out very much, Willie, because everything for the most part with Best Buy and Walmart has seemingly been purchased online to pick up in store or have shipped to you. And I know you want to lay a fat stack of cash down for your PlayStation.
That is correct. And there's only one sect of people that we can say fuck off in this whole ordeal. And who is that, Chris? Please tell me. No.
Resellers.
Scalpers.
That's the word I was looking for. Fucking scalpers. Yeah. They need to be scalped themselves.
So let's go back a sec to the PS5 news. They did say this is their biggest launch. They did not, however, release numbers, but if you go back and look in 2013, former Sony president Andrew House said that more than 2.1 million PS4 consoles were sold in the first 2 weeks since launch. So we're probably looking at something roughly analogous to a sum greater than 2.1 million PS5 sold since launch.
Yeah, I Googled it, and it's on Games Radar. They put up between 2.1 and 2.5 million.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah, that's
people,
a lot of units already moving.
We as a people need to hold fast here. Do not buy from scalpers. Make them pay for their fuckery.
I don't disagree with you one bit on that.
PS5 on eBay.
And if you know one, go punch them right in the dick.
It's one of the problems we've been running into is I moderate an Xbox subreddit, and the scalpers just keep trying to post, look at all the PlayStations I've got, DM me for details, and every time we see it, we remove it. But evidently, at least on the Xbox side of the house, the scalpers overbought because people aren't buying as much on the secondary market.
Give me their address. I'll go punch them in the dick myself.
I mean, he's right, though. Willie's right. The scalpers are ridiculous this time around. And what's even worse is all the folks that were, because of the pandemic, doing everything online, didn't really put protections in there to keep the scalpers from running a script bot to basically just purchase everything as soon as it showed up. That's why I was pleasantly surprised when I heard about people's experiences with Best Buy online yesterday, where they put processes in place that slowed the scalper bots down. That's good.
Yeah, there is a hell of a lot of PS5s on eBay right now, and it's sad because a lot of them have a lot of bids on them.
What are they up to, about $1,000 each right now?
If you
there's yourself. Some as low as 680. That was one that's 680 has 8 bids, and these are all digital editions, so no disc edition, the cheaper version. There's one that's 890 that has 23 bids. There's one that's got 950 that's got 25 bids. Yeah, there's plenty of people bidding on them too, so that's the really sad thing. So yeah, these scalpers are going to get paid.
I just had a funny thought. I'm guessing none of you have seen this movie called I Saw the Devil. It's a great it's the greatest South Korean film I've ever seen, and in it, the main protagonist, he finds somebody, and he takes a hammer to their erect dick.
Yeah.
Hammer side.
Yeah.
Hammer side, not the picking side.
Still.
Ow.
He deserved it.
That's not much better.
And those scalpers fucking deserve it too.
That's true. I'll agree with that.
Hey, just so you know, Liberty Dude in the chat room said if you want a PS5, he has a check from Nigeria that he needs help getting cashed. So you can help out.
I'll help you cash that. I like being nice. I'll help you cash it.
And Bill Gates is also giving away free money again.
He's got a chip for me. He said he's going to send me. Put in my head.
Yeah,
no, that's
Elon.
Elon.
666 on it.
That's Elon that's going to put the chips in our head.
No, it's Bill Gates too. That's the thing. Trust me.
I'll get one for each of them.
Elon's legitimately talking about putting chips in people's heads. Yeah, people are accusing Bill Gates of wanting to do that as part of his.
I'm all right with that. Fucking put 5G in my head. What the fuck do I care? Put it directly in my head because it causes the coronavirus. Well, this 5G towers over here ruining the world.
Really, that 5G'd be faster than your hillbilly dial-up.
That's true.
You know what, Chris? It's hard to hear you with that dick in your mouth.
I'm sorry, what?
You son of a bitch. Don't you dare take my joke from me.
What? Willie, you sound real muffled.
I will muffle your goddamn face.
Uh-oh. Now it's getting violent.
Oh, he's going to choke me out with a pillow.
You're being a real McMurray right now.
You're a McMurray.
You don't even know what that means.
I don't care, but it must be an insult if you're calling me that.
It is.
McMurray's a piece of shit.
It's like Trash Panda. Is that better? It's so much worse.
So much worse. So hold the faith if you're still trying to find a next-gen console. They are coming up in fits and spurts right now. They're not in huge quantities, excuse me, but you can find them. And if you're someone who is still looking, you can use like the BrickSeek bots and things like that to see when they're in stock at local stores. But the best way I've found to find out when things go available online, we've talked about this Twitter account before on this show. Follow at Wario64 on Twitter. Anytime there's a video game sale or availability of these consoles, he's been tweeting about it fairly quickly so that people are able to go and acquire them.
I always want to wait till like the 3rd or 4th version anyways. I'll get one in fucking June.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a nice digital version in June. I already got fucking miles to
Disc-based.
keep me busy until then. I'm fine. I don't need one.
I'm a little curious. Has any of you played any of the Yakuza games?
I downloaded one of them because it's on Game Pass, but I haven't started it yet.
Because I was interested in it, and I've never played any of them.
I heard the new Yakuza is really good, but I haven't played it
Nope.
even before.
Yeah, it looks
so-
like it plays like a RPG.
Yeah,
There was one on the PS
Like,
Plus that was free for us like last month, I think. And I added that to my
yeah,
library, but I haven't
right.
played it yet.
No, it looks like it plays like oh god, what's that Star Wars one that came out on the Xbox that
KOTOR?
everyone fucking like?
Nice Old
Yeah,
Republic?
KOTOR. It looks
Yeah.
like it plays kind of like KOTOR,
Hmm.
where like everyone runs in place and it's kind of like I'm not sure.
So
I've only seen a little bit, so don't know much about
I will
it.
let you
think
guys
that
know
one
by
plays
next
differently
week. Because
than the rest.
there's like 4 different Yakuza games that were on Game Pass, and I downloaded what appeared to be the first in that series. I just haven't had a chance to play it yet.
Okay. And the one I'm talking about, I think, plays differently than the rest. I'm not sure. I never really played them, so I don't know their game styles.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, if you check your library, Willie, I'm sure it was either
Oh, I
last
know
month
I
or the
do.
month before. I
check.
know we got one that was a Yakuza game. I know I added it to my library. I hadn't downloaded, but I know we have one. And I know you grab those every month. So yeah, you have to have at least one Yakuza game in there.
Although I did miss one, I think, over the summer. And I was a little angry because I missed the baseball game. I was like, no. I just kind of wouldn't mind playing MLB The Show.
It's supposed to
You
be
could,
pretty
if you
good.
want to play a baseball game, you got to go PlayStation.
There's the only place to get them anymore.
Really? There's no baseball games on Xbox?
Nope.
Nope. So, or at least no MLB. at the
No
very
MLB.
least.
There's a deal between MLB and Sony.
Ah, so Sony is like the official licensee of Major League Baseball?
Yeah,
Yeah.
MLB The Show is the only one that comes out.
It used to
Wow.
be there was also like an EA MVP baseball game that wasn't terrible. Like this is taking us back to like when I was in college, so we're talking like middle 2000s right now. That was actually really good, and I don't think they've made it since like 2008, 2009 at this point in time.
And since we
Yeah.
are talking about this a little bit, I will say I think those are better than the whole Madden exclusivity rights because at least they're actually putting out good games
Yeah.
and not pulling features out and then putting them back in saying, hey, look, it's better this year.
He's not wrong.
Because fuck you, Madden.
Yeah.
Or
well,
EA, who are
No,
the
no.
fuck
John Madden's the man. Madden football
yeah, I
game
mean,
each year
yeah.
is trash.
I don't know about if he's the man or not.
He was still the
I
coach of
don't-
the dirtiest team in football. I mean, the fact
He's
they
still
won a
one of
Super
the
Bowl
best
doesn't actually
broadcasters
say
of all
much.
time about football.
Broadcast that I love.
What?
He's also the man. He's also the man behind the turducken.
Okay,
He says some weird shit.
okay.
Oh, that's true.
He is not the best of all time. Arguably, you could say Bob Costas is probably the best sports announcer / commentator of all time.
Yeah.
No, I would have to say Howard Cosell.
That's fair.
It's just because that movie better was it Better Off Dead? The John Cusack movie. That movie was great. I think it was like he always raced with these two brothers. One of them didn't know any English. One of them learned it from watching Howard Cosell.
Nice.
Nice.
That was the best.
So that does
Better Off Dead. Great movie.
that does wrap up my news in regards to next gen consoles. Let's toss things over to Mr. Bachman.
Oh.
We finally got some good news. It's always good when a game company finally listens to their community. And one of the saddest fucking things about Dead by Daylight and their 4 years of coming out is that they're like the horror game. They're like the biggest horror game on the internet. And we've had games like Apex and Overwatch have better Halloween events. And everybody's been like, what the fuck? Why is there not like a month-long Halloween event every year for Dead by Daylight? The scary game, the horror game, the game that has actual jump scares in it. And so we got an update this week where Dead by Daylight has announced an advent calendar, but along with it, some very important news. So what the update says is that the season Seasons of Giving is upon us for Dead by Daylight. We're going to celebrate the holiday and end of 2020 together with free cosmetics and currencies. Awesome. Free stuff in games, always good. And so it says, let's spoil some of it right now. Get ready for updates to the Ugly Sweater collection for all the characters that they own and some of the IP characters as well. The devs in Dead by Daylight created a set of ugly sweaters. And so most of the characters in game have ugly sweaters you can wear, which is just, they're ridiculous, but like they're perfectly good for the holidays. They're funny as hell. Bill from Left 4 Dead actually has an ugly Christmas sweater that's based on Vietnam. It has like a Huey chopper on it and like the hand from Left 4 Dead on it. It's a ridiculously great sweater. But it says they're also changing things up a bit with future events in Dead by Daylight. How will it work? Most days between December 1st until January 3rd, we will provide players with currency upon logging into Dead by Daylight. And on top of that, a handful of cosmetic rewards will be available via redeem codes. Codes can be used only during these specified time periods. Make sure to check back here every Monday at 11 for full information on what rewards are available that week. Codes will be available via the in-game news on Monday. So basically, every Monday for the month of December, you log in, you're going to get codes for sweaters and stuff, and you're going to get in-game currency. So awesome. They're giving you a reason to actually log in and play the game every day from December 1st to January 3rd.
So a weekly advent calendar. I don't think that's how that's supposed to work.
Daily currency, weekly codes.
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
Codes? We really doing this again?
Yeah, they're doing codes because that way if you don't redeem them, that's on you. And they're going to be timed just like the ones were for the last Halloween event where if it's good for 24 hours or 48 hours or a week, if you don't use it during the specific time, the code dies and it's no longer going to get.
Okay.
So yeah, they're adding the August Sweater question. But this is the important part. For future events news, if you were around for previous winter events from 2017 and 2018, you may notice a slight difference in the advent calendar from those previous events. There's a reason for this. We'd like to talk about it a bit. Going forward, we will be contributing more efforts towards our anniversary and Halloween-related events. These are our largest events, and we love to bring the community together and really celebrate Dead by Daylight as a family. Beyond those two, others will be treated more as celebrations. We will still be celebrating winter, Lunar New Year, etc. We'll be taking new approaches to them to better define and focus our efforts on those larger ones. This means you won't see special event gameplay mechanics or earnable cosmetics for these celebrations, but we'll continue to see activations such as login rewards, blood web items, themed assets. It's always been weird that Dead by Daylight, there were years where it seemed like they put more effort into the Lunar New Year costumes and cosmetics than they did Halloween. It's like it's the one holiday that should be the most celebrated in Dead by Daylight. So yeah, they're going to pull back on some of the other celebrations, but the good thing is that supposedly going forward, I mean, maybe it won't be a month-long thing, but Halloween should actually be a focused celebratory event. So Halloween and the anniversary event are going to be the big holidays in Dead by Daylight. So yeah, it's something that I know as part of the community and on the forums and on the Reddit, it's something we've complained about forever. I mean, when it comes up to like the 23rd of October and there's nothing going on in Dead by Daylight, like the week before Halloween, like what the fuck? It's the horror game. Like there's still more people streaming that, I think, than any horror game out there. Maybe more than Phasmagoria, which like just came out and is really popular at the moment. But yeah, it's like Apex shouldn't have a better Halloween event than Dead by Daylight. Overwatch should not have a better Halloween event than Dead by Daylight. And so it looks like they're finally hearing all of that feedback and doing something about it. So yeah, thank God. We might actually have a really, really good anniversary event coming up for the 5-year anniversary and hopefully a kick-ass Halloween event next year. Because, yeah, this year's Halloween event was so bad that they basically had to throw in, 12 days worth of free shit on top of it because people were mad because it was like, hey, look, it's a bunch of costumes you can buy. It was literally nothing for free, nothing in-game changed. Like, yeah, people were pissed. Like, the Halloween event this year was just crap. It was nothing.
So they're saying they're also beefing up their anniversary stuff along with the Halloween? I thought their 4-year anniversary was pretty well done.
Yeah, the 4-year anniversary is good. Well, it says that they're going forward, so they're not going to go so hard on the winter celebration or on the Lunar New Year, but they're going to pick two events and the focus on those two. So it's going to be anniversary and Halloween. Those are going to be the two events every year that they put the most effort in. So basically it means that like for half the year they'll be planning the Halloween event and the other half the year they'll be planning and working on the anniversary event. And then for Christmas, for New Year's, for Lunar New Year, for anything like that, we're going to get, much smaller little self-contained things where, you get celebrity poppers in the blood web, winter party streamers, stuff like that.
Poppers.
But Well, yeah, when they had the firecrackers, but you're not going to get like a full crazy in-game UI change plus items plus a big event. You're not going to get that for every celebration anymore. But we should be seeing that for basically every Halloween and anniversary going forward. It'll be a focused, targeted event that the devs are really going to work on. Which, yeah, I'd rather have them work really hard on 2 events than have 6 events during the year where it's like, oh, they're all lackluster and they're all kind of blah. Yeah, go hard on fucking 2, and especially Halloween. Dead by Daylight should be fucking celebrating Halloween from October 1st to November 1st. They should be going from the start of October to the Day of the Dead. That game should go hard every year for fucking Halloween, and there's no reason they shouldn't. But yeah, that was the big news. And then yeah, the 2 little things. There was a celebratory thing that I saw for Disney's Bob Iger put up on their Twitter, which is kind of cool. If you watch the Black Panther today on Disney Plus, they did a redo of the credits intro for Black Panther with all Chadwick Boseman in it, the same way they did for Stan Lee when he died for Captain Marvel. And they're doing it because today would have been Chadwick Boseman's 44th birthday. So there's in celebration of the great actor that we just lost. And then also today we heard from Mark Hamill and the Star Wars family that we lost David Prowse. Darth Vader himself has passed away. So probably the most iconic villain in cinema history. I mean, I don't know if anybody can be more iconic than the Man in Black. Like, David Prowse was the dude on set, and also sadly probably the most fucked up ADR job of all time, where he made it all the way to the theater without knowing that it wasn't going to be his voice in the movie apparently, and all of a sudden James Earl Jones' voice came out of the suit that he had been wearing, which kind of sucks. But yeah, I mean, it was still like, he did the conventions. He was always proud of the work as Vader. He was the guy on set. And yeah, one of the other pictures I saw earlier was awesome, is that, him and Alec Guinness showed us the very first lightsaber duel. Like, this was the guy, the first time ever someone pulled a lightsaber and attacked somebody, it was David Prowse and Alec Guinness. So, I mean, he's definitely locked in for a legacy in, film history that no one will ever beat. And yeah, he was fucking Vader, man.
I will say I did hear a funny joke where he was pissed off after Empire Strikes Back came out, because pretty much only Lucas, Mark Hamill, and James Earl Jones knew the twist at the end.
Oh yeah, it was basically nobody knew it. I guess Luke didn't even know it until the day they filmed it.
Yeah,
right.
The line he said was, "No, I killed your father."
Yeah, that was what Mark Hamill was told to react. Well, Mark Hamill was told what the line actually was, so he could react to what it should be. But on set, David Prowse said, "No, I killed your father."
No. But yeah, kind of shitty.
No,
but,
it was
still.
Obi-Wan killed your father, I think is what it was.
Oh, it was
Obi-Wan. It was Obi-Wan because Darth Vader always betrayed and murdered Anakin Skywalker from a certain point of view.
Yeah.
From my point of view.
And apparently, I didn't know he was it from Mark Hamill's tweet? He was he got the member of the Order of the British Empire, was a 3-time British weightlifting champion.
Dude was
and
jacked.
one of the pictures of him, like, big as a brick shit house. But apparently he was also their safety icon for the Green Cross Code Band. And so apparently he just did a bunch of stuff for like going to schools and talking to kids about safety, which that's just awesome. Like the fact that what we in America, we see him as one of the greatest villains ever on cinema. And then one of the people where was it? I found this awesome tweet from at Wolverine Brews. As a kid, we always knew that if we didn't use the Green Cross code when we cross roads, then Darth Vader would not be pleased, which no doubt greatly improved road safety. So like the kids in their country like paid attention to road safety because it was Darth Vader telling them about it. That's fucking awesome. I mean, who knows how many little kids didn't get hit, crossing the street by a car because they were listening to fucking David Prowse.
Yeah.
Like, that's great. That's an awesome thing to be proud of.
Darth Vader stopped jaywalking.
Yeah. Basically, Darth Vader stopped jaywalking. Yeah.
Well,
how
it was interesting. I think it was John Barrowman said something to the effect that David Prowse helped him do his training for getting his superhero bod, for lack of a better term, as Jack Harkness, assuming I read it correctly. Like, he trained with David Prowse to get better in shape and things like that. assuming I read the tweet correctly, which I think I did, but I can't find it at the moment. I was just scrolling trying to find it. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, a big loss to the film community on it. Phil Sapper, his family, and his actual real life friends. But yeah, dude lived a life. Made it into his 80s. It's not like he was not like he was young. But yeah, definitely a huge loss. And yeah, what a badass. He was fucking Darth Vader.
So I just saw a Star Wars joke yesterday, and it made me laugh. It's when Obi-Wan was talking to Padme. It's like, is Anakin the father? And then, and of course, Padme goes, "What if I told you Misa been a bad girl?"
Oh.
I laughed, and it was just Obi-Wan just looking at her like, what?
That's awful.
Well, I mean, Jar Jar's not dead yet, I don't think, in the in canon.
Oh, no. Is he going to show up on The Mandalorian?
He could still
he
show up.
fucking better not.
He's going to show up on The Mandalorian. Oh, they've been bringing shit back. I like it. I don't even know what the fuck it means, but hell, I like it. I never saw any of those cartoons.
I got all caught up. I fucking love that.
Willie, are you caught up on The Mandalorian?
Now, yes, and I have one big question.
All right, wait. Before you ask your question, just in case anyone wants to hop off, we are going to talk about The Mandalorian, which dropped on Friday so beware.
Well, my question has nothing to do with spoilers.
Okay, fair
nothing to do. Was that the last episode, or are there more coming out?
There are three more episodes left this season.
Because it says when I opened up the Disney app, it said all episodes streaming. I was like, wait, are they saying that's it? That's
all episodes that are released so far are streaming.
All right, it's the wording that really got me, is what I was saying.
Yeah, crappy wording, but no, it's episode 5 of season 2, so it's episode 13, I think, total.
Yeah, there are three more episodes left this season.
I hope so.
And then I think it was either Christmas Eve or Christmas they are starting the next round of the Disney Gallery, like conversations with the directors and stuff like that on season 2,
which will be awesome.
And also, are we getting Wanda and Vision in January? Is that what I saw?
It got pushed back to January now.
Okay. So yeah, there we go. Something next month.
Who was spoiled on Mandalorian first thing Friday by just scrolling through Twitter because assholes put shit up like.
You should know better than to go on Twitter before you watch it.
Not me, because I don't look on Twitter. And also, I wouldn't know a spoiler if I saw one, apparently.
Yeah.
I did, because I saw the actress in full makeup that I didn't want to see until I watched the goddamn episode.
Well, I mean, it was called The Jedi, and they had just name-dropped her. We knew she was
Oh, no, I mean, I knew exactly who it was going to be. I knew who the actress was. I just didn't want to actually see the images of it. Like, motherfuckers were putting screenshots on Twitter like an hour after it came out. It's like, come the fuck on.
Another Willie question. Since we're getting spoilers, everyone warned. Who is that actress? Because I think I have an idea, but I'm not sure.
Rosario Dawson.
Okay. Shit. I thought it was someone different.
Yeah, Gail from Sin City and Becky from Clerks 2.
I know who that is. I just thought it was Aisha Tyler. Because the face, it looks like similar in the face, because all that makeup, I mean, the prosthetic kind of, it's kind of hidden. And it kind of looks similar to Aisha Tyler's, like, face. Her skull structure. Don't you fucking look at me like that, like I'm a racist, you piece of shit. With all that makeup, it looked similar.
If you say so, Willie. I thought it looked exactly like Rosario Dawson, but that's also because I knew it was Rosario Dawson.
Back now, yeah. I mean, if you didn't have, I didn't know. Did she also voice the character, I'm guessing, in the show? No. Who voiced the character in the show?
Ashley Eckstein.
That was from Anakin's Padawan.
That was Anakin's apprentice.
Yeah, apprentice, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing something. I never watched him, but I know seeing little tidbits of it, So
and basically the one really fully trained non-Jedi in the Star Wars universe that's still running around with lightsabers kicking people's asses.
And so she's still alive after all the movies, the original trilogy.
If you had seen Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels, that's pretty much where her story is outlined. At the end of Clone Wars, she basically leaves the Jedi Order because she gets accused of a terrorist attack. The Jedi don't side with her. And in the end, she proves her innocence and then realizes that she can't trust them if they're not going to.
And then yanks off her Padawan bead, hands it to Yoda, and says, "Fuck off, eat a dick, Jedi Council," and walks.
And then in Star Wars Rebels, she is a point of contact that goes by the name of Codename Fulcrum, and we don't know who that is until I think it's the end of season 1. It reveals that Ahsoka Tano is working for the Rebel Alliance. And then as Rebels develops, she gets into a duel with Darth Vader, and then we don't know what happens to her until like the second to last episode of Rebels.
Yeah.
And the bad guy, were they ever in the show?
The bad guy from this episode of Clone Wars
Yeah.
was not in Rebels or Clone Wars that I know.
Because it seemed like there was a history I was supposed to know about.
However, Bo-Katan, who we met a week ago or 2 weeks ago, was in Star Wars Rebels and Star Wars Clone Wars.
Which one was Bo-Katan?
The Mandalorian general.
Katie Sackhoff.
Katie Sackhoff.
Oh, the girl. Yeah.
Yeah, where she did the voice in
Yeah, I
Clone
kinda
Wars
figured.
and then
That's
got
why
to do the live action version.
That's
Yeah,
why
it
I
was
asked about
different.
the voice, if it was the same person.
Nope. But yeah, it was something where like literally like as soon as Ahsoka Tano became like a really popular character at the start of Clone Wars, like really early on, maybe even the first year, I think Rosario Dawson popped up somewhere online saying that like that's a character she would like to play in live action if the character ever came to. So it was one of those things where like really early on, she was a huge fan of the character and said that she would want to play her.
And there are rumors that it's going to lead to a spin-off, potentially a live-action spin-off of Rebels, basically continuing the story. And her reveal of asking where to find the other woman's master, we all assumed it was going to be Moff Gideon, something like that. She goes,
Yeah.
"Tell me where Grand Admiral Thrawn is." And anyone who watched Rebels went, "Hell yes," because Grand Admiral Thrawn and Ezra Bridger, who was a young Jedi, vanish at the end of Star Wars Rebels.
Isn't Thrawn also from like Extended Universe books too?
He is,
Yes.
but that is no
In
longer
name only?
canon.
In name only?
So a lot of the characterization of Grand Admiral Thrawn, Dave Filoni took and put into Star Wars Rebels. So a lot of what was in the books and things like that, and how that character acted, he then took a lot of that as inspiration for the character in Rebels. So
There
while
was
the
a trilogy of books, right?
there was a
And-
there was a trilogy,
And it was
then
supposed to be like the sequel trilogy, right? In
Effectively.
the Extended Universe. Yeah.
and then there was
I
also
remember something.
a Hand of Thrawn duology that they did later. And there are new Grand Admiral Thrawn books that are canon. That is the story of his origin. That is the story of how he came to Palpatine's notice, how he became one of Palpatine's best admirals.
I think I had the first 10 of those, and it's got Thrawn's origin in the new Star Wars comics from Marvel, and they're great. They're fucking gorgeously written books.
So
All right, let me test my...
Liberty Dude is asking in the chat room real quick, if one only uses the movies, where does Mandalorian fall in the timeline? So Mandalorian, I believe, is 9
After
years
Return of the
post-Battle of Yavin, which is 4 or 5 years post-Return of Jedi. Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, so after episode 4, but before episode 5, I think is when Mandalore falls.
No. This is 6. It's after.
Oh, is it 6? I thought it was after 4.
This is after Return of the Jedi. The Empire's fallen.
Yeah, because Boba Fett, remember?
Yeah, the Empire's fallen. The New Republic's
The very
in place.
first episode.
Yeah, the Mandalorian is 4 or 5 years
Yeah.
post Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, because Boba Fett's armor and all that from the very first episode of the second season.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see if I remember this, because I've never read the books. I think I only heard about it. Didn't Thrawn also get, like, the Skywalker children, like the twins or something? Or don't they have kids or something? He, like, converts them or something to the Sith? Am I remembering something about that correctly?
No.
Not that I remember. Not that I ever read.
Fuck you, brain.
And no,
Fuck you,
Liberty
Sky.
Dude, Darth Vader's not alive. This takes place after Return of the Jedi, so Darth Vader has died.
Yeah, no, and I read that wrong. I read that as the fall of Mandalore, not to where does the
Oh,
Mandalorian fall in the timeline. I was like, no, the Mandalore fell earlier.
Yes.
Yeah, because we see that during Clone Wars,
And then during Rebels.
and then during Rebels, we get responses to it. Yeah, Mandalorian, after episode 5, before episode 6.
No,
But
no.
you have
After
remnants.
episode 6, before episode 7.
And the one who has...
because you have remnants of the Empire, but it's not in full power anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And the one who has the black lightsaber is Moff Gideon?
That is
Am I
correct.
right in
The
that?
dark saber.
All right. Was he ever in the shows?
Brand new character.
All right, just
However,
curious.
the dark saber features very
I
prominently
remember,
throughout
I did
Rebels
hear
and
about
Clone
that.
Wars.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure if he was ever shown up before.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So if you have Disney Plus, it's well worth going back, and you don't have to necessarily watch all of Rebels and all of Clone Wars. There are a few different guides that people put out there. It's like, hey, here's the essential episodes to watch of these series to get all the Mandalorian backstory and a good chunk of Ahsoka's backstory as well.
Well, as of right now, no. The only reason I have Disney Plus right this moment is the same reason a lot of other people do, is to watch The Mandalorian, because that's what 75% of the people who watch Disney Plus is watching. I think I saw something. It's a very high.
25% is Hamilton.
Until until December, when they apparently, from what I've been told, they're going to release the greatest Disney movie of all time.
Please don't say Song of the South. Please don't say Song of the South. Please
No,
don't say
of
Song of the
course
South.
Please say Song of the South. Please say Song of the South.
Zippity-doo. No, I'm not going to. No. Of course not, because they're never going to release that. You should know that.
That's the one thing that's never coming out of the Disney vault.
Never
That's
existed.
the one thing never
Well,
coming out
and
of
the Star
Disney
Wars
vault.
holiday special's never coming out either.
Yeah, they'll
I
probably
wouldn't consider
fight
that
that
Disney
too.
though.
Yeah, that's not Disney's fault. They didn't make
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, and also a little side tangent before I say what the greatest movie is. No, do not watch that holiday special, the Star Wars holiday special. It is boring. It's not even funny boring where you can make fun of it. It's just boring.
The new Lego
Save
one
yourself.
is very cute. Me and the girlfriend sat down and watched the new Lego Christmas special. It's cute. Like, it's very cute. It's very kiddie. It's fun.
The greatest Disney movie of all time.
Oh, let's hear this shit.
Sky High.
Oh, you're not wrong.
Thank you.
I like
you hear
that
that,
movie.
Bachman? Chris agreed.
I don't know if it's the greatest of all time, but it's really
He
good.
said I'm not wrong. Sky High. I mean, you got
I
Kurt
love
Russell
Sky
in
High.
there.
I own Sky High, but still,
You got Kevin Heffernan in there.
Robin
Couple
Hood,
guys-
man.
You got Bruce Campbell in there. You got a couple guys from
Robin
Kids
Hood,
in the
Little
Hall.
John Hop through the forest.
You have what was it, Linda Carter in there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so fucking good. Sidekick. apparently it's
yeah,
come-
Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, apparently it's coming.
Sidekick.
I have it on Blu-ray already.
Yeah,
But, I
own it on
mean-
DVD. It's great. But honestly, Robin Hood, the original cartoon Robin Hood, is my favorite Disney of all time. It beats everything.
I mean, you're not wrong in
Love
that how great it is.
Yeah,
It came out
Fucking-
right before the bad times of Disney, where it had those direct-to-video sequels.
the king sucking his thumb. Like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's just
Before
good
the
shit.
dark times, before
Yeah.
the Empire.
For the dark time.
I mean, those were some dark times. Those direct-to-video sequels were, they're so bad.
So if you get the chance and you've enjoyed what you've seen in Mandalorian, learning about the characters and the fact that you find out Mando is basically an occult, go back and rewatch some classic episodes of Rebels and Clone Wars, and you'll really enjoy yourself.
Should I watch it, Chris?
Yeah.
How do you? Should I really watch it, Chris?
Yeah, I think so.
You know what, Chris? I'll watch that when you watch Fifth Element.
You're going to watch all of Clone Wars and all of Rebels when I watch Fifth Element.
If that's what it takes, Chris, I will fucking do it for you, Chris. For you.
Okay.
This is for your benefit.
Okay.
Because this is your type of movie.
All
I
right,
really
Willie.
want
So
you to see
so
it. I'm
here's the
thinking
deal I'll
you
make
like it.
you. Is I've got like a week or two until I go on my my month-long vacation because I have a ton of use or lose vacation. I will watch Fifth Element when I go on my super long vacation.
If this is what it takes, Chris, I'll take the hit on
So
this.
so how are you going to ensure that I've watched it? Do I need to call you while I watch it so that you can watch me
I'll
watching
ask
it?
you some questions.
Okay, so you're going to quiz me after the fact to ensure that
Well,
I've
I
watched
guess
the
if
Fifth
that's
Element.
the way you want to put it. I mean, sure. I mean, I'm just going to ask you some, key questions like what about the.
Okay.
I mean, I think you'll probably rewatch this movie again afterwards. 'Cause I think you would
Okay.
like it. This is your type of movie, Chris. If this is what it takes for you to watch something you would enjoy, then yes, I
Okay.
will put up with it.
So you all heard it here. If
Yeah,
I
Bachman,
watch
you
Fifth
missed it.
Element, Willie is going to watch Rebels and Clone Wars.
Oh wow. As definitely,
Oh.
I mean, time-wise, that is not a good bargain. But I mean, you're both gonna enjoy shit. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
this
wrong
is
with
what's
that.
going to take.
So Willie, just so you
Fine.
know, there's 7 seasons of Clone Wars and 4 of Rebels.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a,
the
that's
Clone
Wars
11
are gonna
seasons
take you a while.
TV.
But I'll tell you one thing, Willie, you're gonna like Ezra Bridger.
Can
He's a
I
little
start with
punk-ass.
Rebels first? Is that all right?
You can start with Rebels if you want.
You can, but it'll make less sense because you'll be
Are
watching
they
it backwards.
directly tied together or something?
Yes.
Not, yeah, they do.
When it
There's
comes to
certain
the
stuff that-
Mandalorians and to
Yeah.
one Darth Maul, everything comes out of Clone Wars for that, basically.
Yeah, if you don't know the Clone Wars information about the Mandalorians and Darth Maul, if you watch Rebels first, you're not going to learn anything in Clone Wars.
All right, so I have to watch the Clone Wars, which is that one movie, and then the Rebels.
You can
show.
skip the
Oh,
movie.
Gotcha.
You can skip the movie.
I don't know. I like
making a joke.
Tartakov's movie, but
No,
yeah,
no,
you
no,
don't have
not
to
that
watch
movie. That doesn't exist as canon technically, but the animated the animated movie they did to kick off the series,
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
necessarily have to watch. It's all
Tartakov's.
about
Isn't that the guy that did Samurai Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
but
did
that name sounds so familiar.
He did
Yeah,
two
he did a Clone
volumes
Wars
of Clone
movie.
Wars cartoons.
Holy
was
shit!
great.
Yeah, now that you mention it, yeah, the artwork is
Yeah.
very similar. Holy shit! I never thought of that. How do I remember Tartakov as Samurai Jack?
because it's the one name that goes with Samurai Jack that everybody remembers.
No, that's Mako, aka the one who is cool.
I was gonna say Phil Lamar is the one name that everybody remembers.
Well, no, Mako, who was also Uncle Iroh, who was also in that great Chuck Norris movie, Sidekicks. Sidekick!
What's in that? Won't kill him.
Yeah, Mako.
Mako.
Okay. Oh my God, the little fucking
that guy
Soulja
was
Boy
great.
song. Oh my God, tears. Oh, that whole story with the Avatar. Oh, that's such a sad scene. Tales from Ba Sing Se. Greatest episode that ever was.
So we are now back to no spoilers for Mandalorian, just in case anyone was waiting for the stuff in the chat room to know they could.
There is no war in Ba Sing
enough.
Se.
That being said, it is also time for us to start shutting things down. But before we do that, we have one last segment for you all who are watching live or listening at a later date. It's a little bit called What I'm Into. Our chance to share with you guys just what kind of geeky and or nerdy news we've been getting, nerdy things we've been getting into, so that maybe, just maybe, you might want to check them out yourself. I'll kick things off, which is I've been playing video games, and then I also bought Star Wars Squadrons because it was down to $16 on Black Friday and started playing that a little bit. Kind of fun. I've been enjoying it.
Can you alter the way you accelerate your planes? Can you change the configuration on your controller? I hate the way it's set up to where, like, one of the joysticks is acceleration.
I assume so. I haven't tried. I think I think we had this conversation. I looked online and found that you could change your control settings.
Yeah, it said you could, but it doesn't mean that you can do it to where, I don't know. I want normal controls.
You want more of an arcade kind of feel versus a flight sim kind of feel.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know how well that works. And for those that are wondering what we're talking about, in Star Wars Squadrons, at least on an Xbox, I presume it'd be the same on PS4, PS5. The left stick, when you move forward or back, is your throttle. If you move it left or right, that's basically your barrel roll. And then your right stick, forward, back, is up and down, and left and right is to actually bank left or right. So you do a lot of manipulation. You do most of your maneuvering with the right stick, and the left stick's your throttle.
Yeah, see, and I've tried playing like that on one of the Star Wars games, and it fucking drives me crazy.
And there are
I need a button that's my accelerate, and another button that's the brake.
There are
I don't
some
want it on
folks
the stick.
that have actually done some really cool stuff, and I haven't bought one yet, but folks that have 3D printed attachments for controllers and stuff that basically allow you to have your own flight stick that mounts on your controller. And they did say, I believe, for both the Xbox and PlayStation versions of the game, obviously it'd work for PC, you could plug in a USB flight control stick and then even a throttle assembly, and that stuff should work on consoles.
Actually, that would be kind of cool. Have an actual throttle and a joystick with buttons on it.
And if you are in the PS4/PS5 world, you can play it in VR. Yep. It is a VR game, and on PC, also VR playable. So that, and you can tell when you start playing the game that a lot of it's built in to be VR based, because when you're like sitting in the hangar waiting to go and go to your briefing, you have to thumbstick just around, and all it does is change your field of view, like you're looking around with a helmet on to go to a briefing room or to go to your craft, things like that.
Caveat, if you want to play on the PS5 in VR, you have to order the adapter for free. They'll send it to you for free, the adapter for the camera, for the PS4 camera. The PS5 camera will not work with the VR.
Yes. So, and I will mention, and this is not me trying to take a shot at PSVR or anything like that, people have complained online that the PSVR experience is not as good because the image quality isn't really great in the headwear compared to what you'd have in some of the new VR gear you have on PC. So they were saying when you're trying to find ships that are like in the distance as you're looking out your cockpit, it's a bit harder because the resolution's not great. So you just got smudges that you're looking further out at.
Like I said, I've heard of the opposite. but I'll take your word because I haven't firsthand tried it. So
I haven't either.
I'll
This
take
is
your
just
word.
what I had read from some folks on Reddit and some folks on some tech blogs and stuff, is that the PS4 VR experience is fun, but if you really want to play it in VR, you want to play with the newer equipment you would get on the PC side of the house. Because remember, the PSVR hardware is what, 3 years old at this point in time?
No, it was 4 years. It came out in
Okay.
2016.
Yeah, so the equipment's a bit older, and most of the stuff you're seeing out there now for PCs is much newer. So it would make sense that you'd have better quality screens, for lack of a better term, in front of your eyes there.
I'm sure we have at least another 3 years before they come out with PSVR 2.
Probably. I mean, and the
Whatever
real
they're gonna name
question
it.
is, based off of the sales they saw for PSVR on the PS4, do they imagine it's worth it going forward?
Usually, people who get Sony's like brand like stuff, they will buy games.
Mhm.
Like, look at the Vita. That was the big thing with the Vita. The attachment rate of games for people who did own a Vita was very high, like the highest out of any
Sure.
console or handheld anywhere.
So more my thought was, I don't know how much money they're making on the hardware, and in terms of the quantity of games that are coming out, there's not as many, and they tend to be slightly cheaper than the regular PlayStation games. So I don't know cost benefit wise whether
If
Sony
it's
would
worth
make
it
the
to make
decision
new
to say
hardware.
we should make new hardware because we're going to make, this is arbitrary, 3% profit. I don't know what that actually is, but if they're not making a bunch of money on it, what's the point?
Yeah, and if necessary, I mean, maybe they just repackage the first set of PSVR and just put another name on it, make a white coating of paint, and call it the PlayStation 5 version
And-
without having to reinvest for new tech.
And full disclosure, I think VR is a gimmick, and 90% of the time, I think it's fun for the first few minutes. Then you're just like, okay, I'm done with it.
If I had the second version of it, I would probably be using it a lot more because the first version does not have the HDR pass through.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the problem. The second version does, because it means I have to unplug the HDMI cable, plug it back in, plug it all on the front side. If it wasn't for that, then it would be a lot more easier for me to use it. And I'd probably be using it more.
That
Okay.
sounds kind of annoying.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that's just because I had the first generation of it, the early adopter.
Yeah, there's two versions currently out right now, I believe, like you were saying. I'd read a little bit on it when I saw PS4, when I saw PSVR was on sale on Slick Deals, and I sort of considered it. And I went, I don't know that I would ever really use this much, and it would be a pain in the ass to have to constantly run the wires in and out of my entertainment center. So I just didn't do it.
Oh, I think I have a ghost at my place
Sweet.
Ooh, why do you say that?
because my keys are where they shouldn't be. Why are my keys all the way over there?
I was visiting you this morning, Willie. This is just a green screen behind me.
Because that's where Pablo
Why
put them.
are my keys over there? There's a fucking ghost here. Jesus.
Yeah, it's Pablo.
How'd they get over there?
I don't know.
I never go over there.
Some other stuff that I've been getting into. Spent a little bit of money on Black Friday. I bought Sonic the Hedgehog on 4K Blu-ray for like $8 because I wanted to see it.
Okay, the movie.
Yeah.
How'd you like it?
I haven't watched it yet. It's still sitting. I just came in the mail like 2 days ago though too.
It's a fun, good movie. It's not like, just don't be like, think it's gonna be like a fucking blockbuster.
Yeah, that's
It's
fair.
a good movie. It's just a good, fun movie.
And then
You got Cyclops running around.
trying to clean up my entertainment center a little bit. I haven't gotten all of them in yet, but I placed some orders, some shops on Etsy that 3D print different controller stands and stuff like that, so that I can, kind of set my controllers out a little bit better instead of just stacking them all up on the fireplace mantle. So those should be coming today, which will have my stands for my PlayStation 4 controller, my wireless GameCube controller, and then a new stand for my Nintendo Switch, so that instead of it being straight up and down, it's printed out so that it'll hold it at an angle, so you just slide your Switch into the base that way. Push it forward instead of dropping into it, which I'm kind of intrigued to do. It actually saves me some space.
I just had a thought since it goes back to Sonic though. Sonic is the crossover movie we always wanted. X-Men versus the Mask.
Okay, it sort of is. Sort of is. I like that one. Trying to think of some other stuff to get into. I bought a couple books on the Kindle store. I haven't had a chance to start reading them yet. One was J. Michael Straczynski's autobiography called Becoming Superman. For those that aren't aware, he wrote Superman for a long time in addition to Marvel Comics, Spider-Man, Thor. He was the showrunner and developed all of Babylon 5. He's an incredibly talented writer, and I'm pretty curious just to go back and read his backstory, read the story of how he sold Babylon 5 to the networks and things like that. And I guess he does address the fact that DS9 kind of rips him off in its early seasons in here too. So I'm curious to see how that turns out. I haven't had a chance to read it yet or start it yet, and I'm sort of tempted, but I'm currently going to wait until it gets cheaper. Ready Player One is not a great book or not a great movie, but it is a fun book and a fun movie. It's a popcorn flick by its very nature and a popcorn book. The sequel just dropped, I think, Wednesday of last week, Ready Player 2 by Ernest Cline. And you'll see a lot of people on the internet dunking on it because, like I said, it's not like it's some literary masterpiece. It's just a fun book, but people like to dunk on it. And you're actually seeing DMCA takedowns on pages of the book that people are making fun of on Twitter, which is interesting. But I'm curious to see where they go with it. And so when it goes on sale, I'll probably pick up Ready Player 2 and give it a read. Like I said, the first one...
I do love that movie. It's such an enjoyable, fun movie to just watch.
It's just fun. It's not necessarily... It's not like it's a book that's going to change your life forever. It's a book you read and go, hey, that was fun, and you move on to something else. And for some reason, some people just can't put themselves in the mindset of the book doesn't have to be the best thing ever. You just have fun reading it and move on.
And it's a book that people read and go, well, this will never be a fucking movie. It's got way too many characters in it. And Steven Spielberg went, maybe.
Well, and to be fair, if you've read the book compared to the book is far more 80s centric, and the movie is more 80s, 90s, and modern day, because like that final battle has got stuff from like fandoms that are new, like Halo and stuff like that in it.
Gundam.
And Gundam and things
Spawn.
like that. And Serenity shows up in there and stuff like that. So
yeah, Chucky.
just one thing to keep in mind there is that if you enjoyed the first one, go check out the second one, have fun with it, but don't go in there expecting it's going to be some great masterpiece that changes your life, because that's not what it was supposed to be. It's just supposed to be fun.
I bought the first book. I haven't read it yet, though.
Yeah, I enjoyed the book, and I thought it told the story a bit better than the movie. The movie was fun to watch just because of the spectacle of it. It's just a fun movie. It's a movie that you don't walk out of and be like, oh my God, I have to watch that again to understand what went on. You go, hey, I might want to watch that again to see what things I missed in it from other fandoms. There's a distinction.
That movie's got a lot of Easter eggs. Dear God.
Let's see, other stuff. Cooked Thanksgiving turkey, stuff like that. Well, it's more just a turkey breast. Probably going to watch some football today, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens to your Denver Broncos there, Bachman, that don't have a quarterback on the roster because they're all in COVID quarantine.
Who needs a quarterback, right?
Evidently,
the only thing I know that's going to happen to my team is we're going to keep losing. That's what I know this season.
Evidently, they have taken a guy off the practice squad, and he'll be starting today. So I don't know how well he's going to know the playbook, anything like that. And one of your running backs was the emergency quarterback, who might get some snaps too. So it'll be a shit show. At this point,
our kicker might start throwing the ball. Anything's up for grabs at this. The fucking water boy might make it on the field.
I'm just curious to see what happens.
Yeah,
but that's what I've been getting into. That's what I plan on getting into, is playing some more video games. Like I mentioned, I did download one of the Yakuza games off of Game Pass to give it a try. And I've been dabbling Star Wars Squadrons, Jedi Fallen Order, and I might pick up Watch Dogs Legion again. I don't think we had a show since this happened, but I started up Watch Dogs Legion about a week and a half ago. And when I started it, it showed me my current mission, and I went, wait, I did this mission already. And it was a recruitment mission. So I started looking. I'm like, well, I'm missing like 4 recruits I spent hours trying to find that were of a high skill set. And like my story mission is a mission that I did hours ago. So I do some Googling and some Reddit searching and find out that there's a bug in Watch Dogs Legion on both the Xbox and PlayStation, both current and next-gen versions, where it just sometimes spontaneously corrupts your save at a certain point and throws you back to an earlier instance of it. So I lost somewhere between 6 to 8 hours of progress I had made in Watch Dogs Legion. And there was no ETA on when that was going to get patched to be fixed. So I went, fuck this. I'm not going to play this game again right now just to redo everything I'd done. So I hadn't picked it up since then. And there was a patch that I saw was downloaded on my Xbox a couple days ago, I guess. So I need to do some Google searching and see if that fixes the save game corruption issue. Because if it doesn't, I'm not going to play it again. And why this is problematic is me as the user, I have no option to hit like start, save game, choose a save slot. It's constantly auto-saving in the background. And that's how it handles things. Is it just auto saves anytime you do something, and somehow it corrupted that save and threw me back to a save that was 6 or 8 hours old. And I just, no, I'm not going to go down that path right now because I was enjoying it. It's a repetitive game at times, but to lose that much progress with no way to recover it, no,
Yeah, that
I'm out.
sucks.
That was annoying. Fun game. It's just if you can't keep playing your game properly. And some people had said that anytime you're going to quit, if you hit start and then quit the game, it forces it to save and be in a proper state and won't lose your save game. So that was a theory. Others have been saying it's a problem when it loses connection to the Ubisoft servers, which I don't know why that's a problem, because until they put their multiplayer aspect in, who gives a shit if you're connected to Ubisoft servers? There's some glitch that may or may not be fixed, though, that was eating people's save games.
Yeah, that definitely sucks. Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge fan of the ones where that does the constant auto saving, but then you have the ability to go into the menu, manually save, and then quit the game.
Evidently, they're patching that into the PC version where you'll be able to manually choose to save, which made me go, why would you not put that on the PlayStation 4/5 and the Xboxes?
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, so
Yeah, if you're going to add a save option, everybody should have it.
Yeah. And I will say this, it looks pretty as hell when they put out the optimized patches for the Xbox Series X version with the ray tracing enabled and stuff like that. Like you walk by puddles and stuff at night and you like see your reflections and you see like light beams bouncing out of there and stuff. Ray tracing, it's pretty freaking cool. It's awesome.
Yep.
Well, that's what I've been getting into.
Bitchy games are taking a big step up.
Yeah, that's what I've been getting into. Mr. Willie D. Nelson, what you been getting into, sir?
I've been rewatching Doom Patrol with a buddy who's been coming over. We just finished up season 1, about to head into season 2, and that's still highly recommended show. Not as highly recommended as Letterkenny, but of course, you know what is. Been playing some more Dead by Daylight, some more Among Us. What else have I been playing? Played some Friday the 13th last night. Yep, still a boring game. Going taking in little quick spurts.
How does that work now that they've changed how the servers work? Did you notice any difference there?
Not really. It's peer-to-peer now instead of dedicated.
Mm-hmm.
But it was all right. Don't really see a problem with connection issues or
Okay.
anything like that. What else have I been doing? Definitely been rewatching some more Letterkenny. Saw the new trailer. Liked the song in the trailer. Put it on my playlist. Because, I mean, why not? Would definitely also have to recommend another song that is called... It's right here. Oh, Oxygen, the Gemini remix by Hadouken. That was also from that. YouTube has sent me down a weird rabbit hole.
It happens.
Yeah. Or it showed up in my recommendations, these weird computer-generated colored balls doing different things, like a race or a battle type thing. It's weird. But what really got me was the music that was going on in the background kind of fit with what was going on. I was like, okay. But I think they use the same song for every single one of the videos. And it was a good song. I put it on my playlist too. Yeah, it was a weird rabbit hole. It's just something to put on in the background. It's just something going on. Nice music and nice and colorful and specular. Yeah, next. I'm done.
Bachman, wrap things up for us. What you been getting into, man?
I went to the girlfriends for our first annual Thanksgiving together. Just me, her, and her kid. It was awesome. She did the first time she's cooked a turkey at home, and it turned out fucking great. We were actually really shocked. Like, just everything turned out good. Like, carved the bird, didn't have much of a problem. All the mashed potatoes, corn, the stuffing was all great. It was an awesome night. And then we've been earning it because we've been doing a weekly challenge, doing push-ups daily. So it's been fun working on that. And then one of the big things I've been getting into is congratulating Sean Pryor, because Ignition episode or issue number 2 did pass the $4,000 pledge goal as of yesterday. It's now sitting at $4,228. So it's way past the pledge goal. There's 7 hours left. So I'll pass it on from Sean. A huge thank you to everybody that backed it, retweeted it, got other eyes on it, and helped. because yeah, he was really stoked yesterday that it was coming down to the deadline and it was really close and it finally passed the goal. So Ignition number 2 will be coming to my mailbox soon. So that was awesome to see. I've been reading through a bunch of digital stuff on Comixology. I've been going through the Jeff Lemire Animal Man books. I think I'm on the 3rd volume of those, which is all of what they did the introduction of the red, where it's the red, the green, and the rot, and there's a big war between the 3. So like the green is all things nature, and their champion is the Swamp Thing, and then the red is where Buddy Baker actually has his access to the animal kingdom. So it's all things flesh, all humans, all mammals, all creatures are connected to the red. And then, yeah, they're fighting the 3rd element, which is the rot, which, destroys and kills stuff and just decay and has to exist. But it's a world where Anton Arcane is the avatar of the rot and is like basically taking over the planet. So it was really creepy. And then actually I started working on, I had picked up the Bill and Ted Omnibus a while ago. So I'm a good chunk of the way into that, but like it's a thick ass book. It's going to take a while to get through. But yeah, Boom Studios did this one and I picked it up, I think, for half price at Captain Comics. So got me a whole lot of Bill and Ted to get through. And then, yeah, I had a delivery from Amazon, which I had to laugh the other day because a whole bunch of really cool stuff happened. I had a job interview that went really well, and I got some emails and some other stuff that went really well. And then a package I ordered showed up, and sadly, the envelope had a hole in it, and they basically delivered me an empty envelope.
I've been there before.
Yeah, had to report for the first time to Amazon. Technically, I got the package, but there's nothing in the package. So, yeah, I already got a refund last night. I had a good laugh about that. And then, yeah, I was watching a bunch of stuff. We finished the Queen's Gambit. Watched all 8 episodes of that. Just fantastically well-written show. I would say they stuck the landing. Like, as you're getting down to the end, you're kind of expecting what's going to happen. They threw a little bit of a twist just to make it to where, like, it's not a full-on Disney ending. But at the same time, like, you really don't want anything, like, awful to happen to the character at the end of the story. And they did a really good job just kind of wrapping it up. And, yeah, like, it's inspired me and the girlfriend went and bought Chess Ultra on the PlayStation Network. And so I've been going through tutorials and, like, reteaching myself how to play chess. And we're going to start playing that, against each other every once in a while. And, yeah, chess was always something I was interested in, but I've never been great at it. And so, yeah, it actually, like, that show made me, like, want to, like, relearn chess and, actually give it a shot again. So we've been looking at that. And, yeah, like, the Chess Ultra was on sale for the Black Friday thing for, like $4 or $5. Like, it was super cheap. And, like, it's an awesome-looking chess program. So, like, if you don't have a chess program and you want to give that a look, like, that's one to go check out on the PlayStation Network. The chess.com app on my Apple iPad was also free, so I downloaded that. So I've just been doing tutorials, trying to teach myself how to play chess because I was never great at it. But, like, it's kind of sparked interest again. So, yeah, watching that. And then, what was the other one? Yeah, I kind of, I took the week off from streaming, so I kind of eased up on the Dead by Daylight and Apex. Just kind of giving myself a little bit of a break because I know starting next week, both are doing their Christmas events. So we got the Advent calendar for Dead by Daylight where it's a daily login. So I'll basically be logging in every day to Dead by Daylight. And Apex is bringing back their holiday event and the holiday bus or the holiday tram, whatever it is, with Mirage. So it'll be playing Capture the Train again. And they showed on their video like there's a ton of new Christmas and holiday themed skins for the Apex Legends. So I know I'm going to be playing the hell out of both of those games. So I kind of eased up on it this week. And then my Hulu account the one I have access to, that person did a free trial for HBO Max. And so I got to watch The Watchmen. And the Watchmen series is so much better than the movie. It's so well written. I can see why it is that when like Damon Lindelof was like, no, I have an idea and it's one season of television and it'll work perfectly. Like, it is a perfect self-contained story that it fits so intricately into the Watchmen universe of the comic and is so well done that, like, it's one of the best additions to a story I've ever seen that literally takes nothing away from the original and only improves it. And, I mean, Jeremy Irons in it is awesome. Lou Gossett Jr. is awesome. And then, goddammit, I can't think of her name, but the lead who plays Sister Knight is just fucking fantastic. Look at IMDb real quick. Regina King, I think is her name.
I think so.
Yeah, but she's so fucking good in it, and just the actors in that series just nail it. It's so well done. Like I like the movie basically because visually Zack Snyder makes good looking movies. The things they changed in the movie that didn't really need to be changed, like whatever. Everybody tries to put their stamp on this, but the TV series, like it does such an amazing job of adding to the world without taking anything away. I just loved it. But then my friend is extending their. They didn't get finished caught up with Game of Thrones like they planned on, so they're extending their HBO Max for a month. So I'm gonna go finally watch all of Silicon Valley this week,
Nice.
and then I'm probably gonna watch Ballers, and then I'm probably gonna watch Westworld, and then depending on her report, I'll decide whether or not to watch the last season of Game of Thrones, because I'm up to the second to last season of Game of Thrones, and right now I'm happy with Game of Thrones. So I'm not sure if I really want to watch the ending.
Yeah, just stop.
Yeah, because as bad as everybody says it is, like people were so pissed. And then also Hulu put up the fourth season of Rick and Morty. So I kindly got all caught up on my Rick and Morty episodes, and yeah, that show is still just pure joy. I love the hell out of it. That fourth season's got some great shit in it. I'm looking forward to the next 6 years of Rick and Morty that we got coming, 6 more seasons, because they did the 7-season contract with Dan Harmon. So yeah, bring me another 70 episodes of Rick and Morty. I'm ready for it. I fucking love that show. Yeah, watching a bunch of stuff, playing a bunch of games, and reading some books. I'm staying busy. And then I actually had a job interview this week that went pretty well.
Nice.
So sadly, I might miss out on some of this reading and video game stuff because I might get called and told I have a job next week.
What
We'll
a
find
terrible problem to have.
out. Yeah, I know. Especially after all the problems I've had with fucking Idaho's unemployment, which the labor department here sucks ass. They fucked everything up. At one point, I basically went 5 weeks without unemployment, trying to get my unemployment extended, which was then granted without any backdating. Thanks a lot, you fucks. Yeah, so it's been shitty, and I honestly, I'm really sick of not having a job at this point. It's awful. So yeah, I'm really hoping one of those comes through. But yeah, I had a couple of good interviews over the last 2 weeks, so it's been looking up. And things are going well. And there's still more stuff coming. So we got plenty of stuff to read and watch, and it's awesome.
Awesome. On that note, though,
Thanks, Liberty Dude.
I think we are about to shut this thing down. Before we shut things down, anyone have any final thoughts for us?
I think Willie already shut down.
Fuck you, Skype.
Willie asleep.
I ain't sleep shit. Fuck you, Skype.
So, friendly
Fuck
reminder,
you. Dead like that deer.
we do stream this show live every Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, over on Geeks.live. That is the official streaming home of the Gonna Geek Network. If you're looking for more live content, scroll down to the bottom of that page right now. You'll see a calendar of all of our upcoming live events. I do believe the next live program is tomorrow, November 30th at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time, the official GonnaGeek.com show. That's all I got, though. You guys got anything besides Willie's ongoing distaste for Skype? Anything?
Nope, just fuck Skype. That's what we're all here for. Fuck Skype.
Fuck Skype, indeed.
Yeah, can't you tell by the look of my face on the camera?
Exactly.
They can tell very well how angry you
Face
are
of Willie fucking Skype.
on camera. On that note, we are getting out of here. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining us, and we will see you all next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this brand new episode of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. Don't forget, we'll be back next Sunday live at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central over at live.atgnpodcast.com, channel 3 of the Alpha Geek radio app, and over at our network home at gonnageek.com/live. If you have any feedback for the show, please contact us atgnpodcast@gonnageek.com, on our hotline number at 304-806-ATGN, or even better, go to Twitter and send us a message at ATGN Podcast. The music you've heard in this show is produced by Kevin MacLeod and can be found at incompetech.com.